Oh, but I want to go to the club with my friends.
What are you looking for in the club as a married woman? As a woman that is engaged, as a woman that has a boyfriend, what are you looking for in the club? This topic we have here today is a very controversial topic. You guys have heard of Andrew Tate. Most of the world agrees with what Andrew Tate says, but there's a little amount of people that, thinks he's a misogynist, thinks he's this, is that. There's this particular phrase I'm here to discuss about. Obeying your man, your husband. That's one of the main things that Andrew Tate says. Like, the man is he has an authority in the house. What he says should be obeyed. And that, as you've seen from the title of this video, is actually written in the Bible, it's actually supported by the Bible. But there is a clause to that. They also said, husbands, love your wives. I'll put it here for you guys. Wives, obey your husband. Husbands, love your wives. Obedience. What the husband says, the wife should agree with. Right? Very good. Love, which no one talks about. No one, because everyone is trying to, always, the red pill society, they are all about possessing, dominating, right? No problem with that. No problem at all. You have to be. But they also forget the part where God literally instructed them to love their wives.
Things say they're wise.
You're meant to love your wife. And what does it mean to love your wife? That is the big question, because I see every time. I see it many times. They say, oh,
a man can love multiple women. A woman can love multiple men.
are you thinking, really? Do you know what love is to start with? I think that's what we should start with. What's the definition of love? I think this is the definition of love. If I can't find the meaning online, I'll give you what I think the definition of love is. Love is doing things in the best interest of the other person. Love is completely selfless. If you're saying you love someone, it means everything you're trying to do is in their best interest. Meaning it would not harm them in any way. It would bring out the best in them. That's what love is. I know someone tried to argue that, but if the man is, telling her, oh, don't go outside or stay in the house 24/7, I don't want you going out, you're under my care, my property or whatever. Bro, that's not what the Bible said, man. Andrew Tate gave an analogy when he said like women are property and shit like that. It was some analogy, it was probably taken out of context and made to seem the other way, but that's not what he was trying to say. I hope. I'm not Andrew Tate. But if you ask me, she's meant to obey you. That gives you authority in a sense. But you also have the responsibility of loving her. Meaning everything you do has to be in her best interest. So if she wants to be selling clothes, owning her own business, right? Because most of these red pill guys don't want their wives out there, which is fair. Your wife should not be in the clubs. She shouldn't be on OnlyFans. Makes sense. But your wife can definitely have her own business, her own job. She can definitely do that. I don't see what part of love restricts your wife from having her own job. Because some of these red pill guys, like, she must stay in the house, she's my property, that's not love. And that was never said in the Bible. God didn't give you the power to own her. God told her to obey you, meaning what you say should be priority. But if you love her, if you really love her, what you say is always going to be in her best interest. If you really love her, what you say is going to be in her best interest. Meaning, at the end of the day, both parties are good. Both parties are better off. If you love her, meaning everything you say that she's meant to obey is best interest of the lady, of your wife, then there would be zero problems. When I mean zero, there will be zero problems, because what you have said, she already knows is in her best interest, because you love her and you show it through your actions and your words, which she's meant to obey. Exactly. You see what I'm trying to get to here. The problem is men come up with funny ass, because why I'm talking about this topic is they'll say stuff like he can sleep around and have his main wife, while the main wife stays loyal. He can go out, sleep with so many women, come back to the house, and as a man, he's always going to love his wife, his main wife, more than the other women, right? He doesn't care about those other women. He just wants to satisfy his urges.
Bomba card!
But if you love her, you would have known that doing that would hurt her. You see where I'm going? If you truly loved her, doing that would hurt her. And why would you do something that will hurt her if you love her? Exactly. You see? So you guys go out there following, I don't even know whether most of you are Christians, to be very honest. But if you're a Christian and you believe in this,
think about your life.
I want to enlighten you right now that there are two sides to that contract. First off, it's never said in the Bible anywhere that she's your property. She's meant to obey you. It's said. So, wives, be obedient to your husbands. Men, on the other hand, I don't know whether you guys read this part of the Bible, but I will enlighten you again. Love your wives. There would be no problem if these two things are simultaneously being carried out in the relationship. If she's obeying you and you're loving her, whatever you say would be in her best interest. Meaning, she's obeying what is going to be in her best interest. A win-win. It's always going to be a win-win if it's done out of best interest of your wife. Of course, she loves you too. That's why she's obeying you. God is not a stupid creator. He's not a stupid God. These things he said in the Bible, I believe the Bible is a manual, a way at which every human being should live their life. It's literally the manual of how to live life. I advise you guys to read your Bible. I'm kind of slacking on that, but if these two conditions can be successfully carried out, all this noise, red pill and all that, is really irrelevant. Yes, I know there are so many things going on in society. I'm not saying the red pill society is useless. There are so many things about men that the red pill society has really helped. Bringing out your masculine side, going out there, getting what you need to get, staying in shape, being fit. Red pill has its... Bro, I won't call myself a red pill guy, but I'm a man, and I embraced my masculine side, of course. But I won't sit here and pretend as if I'm not a Christian that doesn't know what the Bible says. So one more time for those that need to hear it more than twice, because I've repeated this more than twice. Women, obey your husbands. Men, love your wives. If you fulfill these two conditions, you would always be in harmony. I'm not saying there wouldn't be problems in the relationship, but these problems will be easily solvable. These problems will be what you're meant to experience in a relationship. It's natural. Nothing is full of ups only. There's up and there's down. That is what a relationship is. But if anything leads to divorce, it is this topic right here. This topic is what probably causes the majority of the divorces. The husband doesn't love the wife, but wants the wife to obey. Or the husband loves the wife, and the wife has chosen not to obey. Let me give you a scenario of the second condition. If this husband knows you going to the club is going to leave you at the hands of dangerous men, second off, he knows you are out there, showcasing yourself to the world in an environment that promotes promiscuity. I don't know why I decided to use that word, but we all know the meaning. I'll put it here if you don't. Why put yourself in that environment? I'm not saying this is not a scenario of her going out at all. This is the club, because I've seen a lot of red pill topics where they talk about women are always, but I want to go to the club with my friends. What are you looking for in the club as a married woman? As a woman that is engaged, as a woman that has a boyfriend, what are you looking for in the club? The club is no place whatsoever. It's the worst place to be in when you're in a relationship. I don't want to know what you want to say. You want to party with your friends. Why not do it in your friend's house? Why not organize a venue during the daytime and party with your friends? Daytime, evening, I don't know, wherever works. The club specifically is made to bring in drugs, drinks, sex most of the time. Come on, you can't sit down there and lie to us that you don't know what goes on in the club. So your man trying to tell you, I do not want you to go to the club, it's because he loves you. He's also trying to protect you. That is what it is. You might say he's being Frank, what's that word they use? Insecure. That's the word I'm looking for. He's being insecure over. First off, he should be protective, which is not bad. But when you now say he's insecure, are you thinking about your own security? You're here talking about who is insecure. You want to go to the club at 2 a.m. and you think you're not the one that is insecure. You don't care about your security, my guy or my girl. What are you doing? I see this topic discussed so many times, and it becomes so irritating to hear. There's one podcast I watched on Fresh and Fit. If you guys don't know Fresh and Fit, I watched some of these things. The woman was trying to argue that, oh, she knew her husband was a religious guy. I don't even know why the religious guy went for someone that doesn't, to be honest, if you want to get married, if you're looking for a girl and you're a religious person, look for someone that's also religious. So they will understand you on that level. Because there will just be a big mismatch. I'm not saying, oh, you should never get married to people that are not religious. No. But if you're a religious person, you have a far better marriage if the person you're getting married to is of the same religion, or at least religious. They will know that it's God and it's how you go about worshiping God. But, I also blame the guy in that situation, because there are better girls out there, if you ask me. The girl wanted to go out to the club and dance with her husband. That's what she said. She said the husband doesn't like clubs. He's a religious guy. Of course he doesn't like clubs.
Stupid.
But she was like, okay, but she wanted to go to the to the club with him, and he didn't want to go. Why would he go, first off? And second off, you forced him, he eventually went. He didn't want to dance. Now there's a problem. That's not the environment he likes. You forced him to go there. He doesn't want to dance. Then later you call him toxic. Which out of the traits here, which trait is toxic? Let's not go off the point, guys. Final takes. Men, love your wives. Women, obey your husbands. Watch this video here. It's something you would need. Go watch it. I'll see you in the next one.